alliances are being made, deals are being made, cash is moving around here. And all this, whoever believes seriously that we still have any kind of resemblance of a free society at all, you got to be nuts. It's over. It's absolutely over, unfortunately. And they're pulling the strings. People are being strung along here. They're being told, again, what to say, what to think, what to believe via the mainstream propaganda ministries. Why people listen to that stuff, I have no idea. It's just out of control. It's about control.
This was the cover of the Trends Journal back in 2014. You see how happy that guy is? It's the American overthrow of the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych in Ukraine. The article was written by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, former Treasury Secretary under Ronald Reagan. People have no idea about what went on there, what went on before then. They have no clue. And like you said, the people just follow. So in following what you're doing and what you're forecasting and what you're giving the people that go to Trader's Choice, what do you think about gold?
I love it. I got gold and silver all over my desk here. I got pieces everywhere, all over. More. I got it everywhere. I mean, I can't tell you. I love it. Look, I've been telling people since day one to do one thing, that is bet against the debt, become your own central bank. And that means holding hard assets here. This is my favorite asset of all time. I got it all for silver. I think it's the most undervalued asset on the freaking planet Earth. I think people need to hoard this stuff. I love gold. Don't get me wrong. But what I do, and I want people to do their own homework on this and why I say silver, and people can have their own opinion, but I look at a certain metric. I look at the Dow gold ratio, gold silver ratio, to see which is the most undervalued. And at this point, what that tells me is silver is and I mean in my opinion, and I want people to do their own research, undervalued asset on the planet right now. And I think
there's another element of why silver is very valuable, and that is it's used throughout the whole high-tech world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's in all of these devices. And unlike gold, you don't throw it into the ground when you throw your computer away or your cell phone. You save the gold, but the silver just keeps getting thrown away. So there's no stockpiles of this stuff.
Interesting.
And then, as again, like it or not, as we said, going green, there are more and more silvers used in solar panels and a lot of the so-called green devices. So I agree with you. It's very. By the way, I bought silver back in, God, it had to be 2000. I think around 2011 for like $40 an ounce.
Yeah, I bought it then too. I started buying it was maybe $6. I bought it all the way up to like $40, and I think it doesn't matter. I don't care what they want to do to the price of metals here. They want to rig it via the derivative. That's what they do. They play the game. It's an incredible thing where the hard asset price is set by the derivative. It's upside down. And this is how they manipulate the price of gold, silver. Let them do it. Let them play their game. People that follow our work are going to play our game. Bet against the debt, become your own central bank, hold hard assets here. Looking down the line, in my opinion here, people need to have exposure to commodities. You can do this many, many ways. All this stuff is, I talk about it all the time, but that's where we're going here. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me and you, and I believe the people that follow us here. We're watching a systemic meltdown here, and it's by design. It's all coming apart, and we're on a knife's edge. It's just not going to take much to push us off, not anything at all. And then this ball will really get rolling. Then you're going to see rioting and people in the streets, and that's when people are going to wake up. Right now, they're all being lulled into a sense of I don't even know. They don't know what to do with themselves. They don't know why they're doing it. People wake up every morning. I don't even think they know if they're human beings half the time. People have been so indoctrinated into whatever it is, unfortunately, but not the people that follow our work. We are waking people up, and they're waking people up, and that's important. I mean,
with all due respect, they do know that they're human beings. They just don't know what gender they are.
That too. They're very confused.
I'm not sure who I am today. Well,
exactly. I'm flip a coin.
Or did you grow one? Again, it's. I want. You mentioned something, so I want to get back to it. About the dollar. So here's my take is what's going to happen. And it all goes back to gold and silver, by the way. Number one, as I said, I believe the market is at the precipice of a crash. Gold prices are going down because the dollar is getting stronger as they're raising interest rates. That's the only reason the dollar is strong. In the meantime, day after day, you're hearing more and more reports of India doing away with the dollar, of China doing away with the dollar, of one country after another doing away with the dollar. Brazil, they don't want to deal with dollars anymore. So the dollar is only strong because of the high interest rates. When interest rates go down, the dollar is going to go down. And this is the beginning, as I see it, of the end of the dollar. Number two, although gold goes down when the dollar gets stronger, the dollar is getting stronger because they're raising interest rates, which is going to crash the economy and the equity markets. And that's when gold doesn't care how strong any other currency is. When the equities and economies go down, gold goes up. Oh, and if you don't believe me, how about the central bankers in 2022 had a record year of buying gold because they know where this is going?
This whole thing is really, really simple. This is how I like to think about the dollar. Okay. I look at the relative strength or comparative strength of the dollar, for which the dollar isn't the prettiest belle at the ball. It's been that way for quite a long time. And then I look at the absolute strength of the dollar, which is fading away. That's henceforth why we're seeing inflation go crazy as it is. Now, understanding that, let's just talk about how cash moves through markets. Okay. It's so easy. Okay. We've had this artificially suppressed rate environment now since the last meltdown. There's reinflated a stock market bubble. It's reinflated a real estate bubble. Okay, created, and not just that, it's created distortions of an incredible magnitude across the price action of assets across the board. Now, this is how it's going to play out, and I can't imagine another way. I've thought of this a million times, and I've repeated it in my brain a billion times here. So we got this bubble in the debt market. It's a monster. It's a Frankenstein. And the debt market, and this goes back to what the MMRI is measuring, risk in the debt market, and it reflects the risk in the stock market. We're going to get a meltdown here in the debt market, a massive sell-off. And we're going to see that sell off, and it's going to cause rates to spike in an uncontrolled fashion. When that happens, and it's going to, in my view, you're going to see that put pressure on the stock market. Stocks are going to melt down. This could happen this month. Again, if we watch the MMRI spike, if we watch global bond yields could start to spike, which they've been doing recently. Okay. So sell off in the debt market, rates spike, puts pressure on the stock market, and cash just moves it bleeds out of the debt market, bleeds out of the stock market, and moves into commodities, gold, silver, crude oil, and everything. That commodities in general are going to skyrocket. I mean, it's very